Dang, that is definitely broken right there. That's why it's making lots of vibration. You can feel it like once you start the engine, you can feel on the steering wheel, you can feel on the body, lots of vibration. Hey there YouTube, it's Marvin here. Welcome to the channel. Today I will be replacing the engine mount on my 2004 Mazda 3. Actually, this is my daughter's car. I'm going to be replacing the one on the passenger side only, not all of them. So here it is. I got this from Amazon for $22 plus taxes. That's Canadian, so the part is really cheap. This is not the whole assembly. I believe this is the part number, but anyway, I'm going to put the link in the description below if you guys need exactly the same parts. So the mount is right there, and this is the bracket. We probably have to take this off so that we can have like enough room to work on it. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but there's lots of crack on the rubber. And this part here, I just pushed that with my finger and it broke. So definitely the rubber is already deteriorated. And you guys can see right here, the rubber is very flexible. Okay, so let's go ahead and start removing what we need to remove and then replace the mount. I have the crocodile jack here to support the engine underneath, and I got the 2x4. So let's get started. So that's where I put the support the engine. Hopefully that is the proper spot right there. So let's go ahead and remove again, whatever we have to remove to access that engine mount. Right, so you're gonna really have to use a very thin flat screwdriver and then just wiggle this, insert it there, and then just wiggle it up. There you go. Okay, you're gonna scratch that, of course, and then we're gonna do the other side so that this way we don't have to take off both hose and then, you know, like spill some coolant. After we remove it from the bracket, we can just move the whole thing away from the engine mount. Okay, I think that should be okay. Now it's a little bit wiggle up. Okay, there you go. All right, so there you go. We have lots of room. We can just move it away right there. We don't even have to take this off, probably. I'm not sure. Let me get the camera in the right angle so that you guys can see properly what I'm doing. All right, so I will be using my impact wrench. I don't know how you pronounce that. OY. Anyway, I got this from Amazon as well last year during Amazon Prime. So it comes with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impact socket. And we will be using the 17mm. Also, where is the extension? All right, there. Okay, so it comes with the extension as well, and then 2 batteries in the charger. The other one, I'm charging it right there. Right, so let's do it. It looks like we don't really have to take this off. Let's see if I can access the other one as well. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Oh, that's so easy. Again, with the impact wrench, it's just so easy. Now I can see that the engine moves already. And then we're gonna take the bracket off. So I'm just gonna check the engine support if it's still sitting properly before taking off all the bolts. Just gonna put it right there. Yeah, it looks good. So I guess we can take everything out. 2 bolts right there. This, just the nut. Oops, that definitely moves. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, so easy. Hopefully the engine will stay. Let's clean that a little bit. Dang, that is definitely broken right there. That's why it's making lots of vibration. You can feel it like once you start the engine, you can feel on the steering wheel, you can feel on the body like lots of vibration. That's the rubber that I push. Just look at that, look at that. Yeah, definitely deteriorated. So I think it was just like sitting like that, but it's kind of like hard to tell. Yeah, so that's definitely broken. And let's compare it with the new one. Yeah, so this is the new one. As you guys can see right here, this is concave. That's concave, right? Did I say that correct? And this is convex, I believe, or the other way around, but you guys can see right there. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so this is what we have to do here. It's because it does not come with a bracket. There's no point of, paying more for the bracket. It's just easy to mount this one here. You just have to remember the orientation. The bracket is facing this way, and this is shorter and this is longer, so when you mount it, it's gonna be like that. So let's go ahead and take this off. Right, so just to show you again, because here is super clear, so you guys can see the rubber here and the new one, there's nothing left here, and that is just like, look at that. Yeah, nothing is really holding there. All right, so it's better if you have a vice grip. Again, if you have a proper tools when doing any DIY, like it's better. So again, the orientation facing here, and I already tried this actually. So I got surprised actually, because I thought like this is gonna be really like a stiff metal. I thought I'm going to use something like a stronger pry tool to remove this, but this is just a screwdriver, and it's start coming off right there. Okay, so hopefully the same on the other side. Right, so I'm just putting the mark here so that I have guide when installing the new one. So the metal actually is just on the side. It's not like the whole piece, even here. So you see if I can use the just like that. Should be good. I think I can just like bend the other side. I think that's all you need. But anyway, just gonna clean that a bit. Again, I put my mark right there, so that should be. See if we can use the rubber mallet now. Maybe it will come off already. Let's see. Oh, there you go. That is just so easy. Yeah, again, the metal is just on both sides. There's no metal in here, so it's very easy to remove. Yeah, man, this is totally, kaput. Look at that, there's nothing in there. And let's grab the new one. Then again, orientation is like that. So the top of the rubber right there, that's the one touching the upper part of the bracket. Push that all the way. That's it. Right, so use the okay, so I guess we just have to hammer this down. Just like that, I guess. And there's mark here, so I'm gonna use something to, like push it down properly. Or I think it's better if we put it right like this. Actually, you don't really have to put the mark right there, because as you can see on the other side, the space right there is just perfectly the same size of the base plate, so it's not going anywhere. But again, it's better to be sure, because I didn't see on that side. So it's like that. You guys can see what I'm doing. Oops. Yep. Nothing's happened. Put this back in here. And so now I'm gonna use the regular hammer just to tap it gently. I think that should be good. It's gonna see that sits better. Yeah, it sits better. Let's do on the other side as well. All right, so I think that's good. And this is the first time I replaced this, so yeah, it's pretty good. I think at least that's gonna definitely hold something right there. Okay, right, so let's get to the car and install it. Right, so I already cleaned it here a little bit with a toothbrush. Again, you're already here, so it's better to do some cleaning. So it's gonna be like that. So the engine definitely it goes down. I think because of the jack. So it's gonna put the bolt. All right, so I'm just gonna raise the jack a little bit. As you guys can see right here, the engine goes down. Okay, just a hand tight. Now we have to torque this properly, so I'm gonna ask my friend Google what is the proper torque for the nut here and the bolt, and then I'm gonna grab my torque wrench as well. So my friend Google didn't give me a specific answer for the torque. It says 55 to 77 foot per pound. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to torque it to 60, not 55. So I set my torque wrench to 60, and that's the torque I'm going to use. Let's torque the bolt first. Right, so the two bolts and the two nuts, I torque it to 60 foot per pound, so I think that should be good. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the jack now. Right, and that looks good. So what I did, I start the engine, I just put this one away right here, and this thing is touching the belt right there. So I saw a little bit of smoke that scared me, but the good thing is just it has like double protection here, so it didn't damage the hose, right? So never do that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put this back, right? So that's just like that, and push it down, and it's done. Okay, yeah, so make sure like none of the hose is touching this belt right here or the pulley. So that's the new mount. Then I'm going to start the engine again so that you guys can see it. Man, All the vibration gone, nothing on the steering wheel at all. I don't feel anything now. Oh, that's just amazing. That's make a big difference. Yep. All right. All right, guys, so that's make a big difference. I don't feel anything in the steering wheel anymore. I don't hear any rattling noise on the body of the car. It's just like the difference is night and day. Let me shut off the engine. All right, so replacing the engine mount on your Mazda 3 on the passenger side is very quick and easy. I believe this is the same as 2004 to 2009. Also the Mazda 5 to 2000, from 2006 to 2010. And yeah, so I think we are done. And again, don't make the same mistake that I did. I'm gonna show you how it happened because it's like kind of funny, but it scares me a bit. So here it is. Right, so I'm going to start the engine. I'm just gonna leave this one here for now. I don't think that it's going anywhere. And let's see. Oh, that is totally different. No more vibration. Yeah, definitely that is totally different. Oops. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, crap. Right, so I didn't thought of that, so never do that. Again, I got lucky that it didn't damage the hose. Don't make the same mistake I did. Always double check that everything is clear before starting the engine. Right, so that's the new mount. The rubber look really fresh. And the engine is off, of course. I don't want to make the same mistake. Especially, I don't want to, get injured. As you can see right there, the damage that I did because it was touching here. I think you can see the residue right there. I'm not sure, but so anyway, it didn't damage the hose, so I got lucky. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to replace this big hose right there. All right, so I think we're done. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section below. I will leave the link of the parts that I use. Also, all the tools that I use, the impact wrench, if you guys are interested. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna test drive the Mazda 3 around the neighborhood, and then I'm excited to feel that there's no more vibration. Okay. Again, the difference is night and day. Even when I start the car, I don't hear like rattling noise on the body, and here almost I can feel any vibration, especially on the steering wheel. Nothing. No clunking, nothing. Oh man. Right, let me drive around. Let's see. Yep, it's perfect.